Well, we continue to bring you breaking news on the UT protests. The demonstration is now outside the Travis County Jail. At least 50 people spent the night behind bars after they were arrested on campus during a protest for peace in Palestine.
Some of them have been released, but crowds staying outside the jail until everyone is released. KVUE's Eric Porter there live right now. He's been talking with people. Actually, we're going to be joining him in about 10 minutes from now. He's been there all morning long, though. Some protesters participating in yesterday's protest anticipated arrest. They knew it was happening once law enforcement showed up. A lot of them took measures to make sure if they were arrested, they would have someone to come bail them out.
I mean, they were arresting people kind of left and right, so I thought, okay, I really need this.
Wow. That's a good point right there. That demonstrator there says people were running around writing down phone numbers on their arms, which makes sense because do you even know anyone's cell phone number? Like, it's all in my phone, right? I don't even know my wife's number. It's a common practice because people write it down for lawyers, maybe emergency contact, because they can't just look it up when they're in jail. They don't have access to their phone, right? So they got to know beforehand who to call.
Well, protesters also started a bail fund for anyone who got arrested, and there is a Venmo link to donate on the Austin for Palestine Coalition Instagram page. While we cannot see a dollar amount, dozens of users donated to the fund overnight. And last night, speaking of UT Austin, President Jay Hartzell gave us some insight into why these people were arrested. Essentially, he says they were breaking the rules. According to the university, for a protest like this, people need to get permission to be on campus, but that's not necessarily in line with Texas law. So what does Texas law really say about protesting on college campuses? Well, in 2019, Governor Greg Abbott signed a law allowing free speech on campus and requiring universities to punish students who interfere with free speech. It also allowed universities to put restrictions on the time, place, and manner of free speech activities. The law was seen as a response to concerns that conservative voices are being silenced on college campuses.
Shouldn't have to do it. First Amendment guarantees it. Now it's law in Texas.
But an executive order could lead to students facing punishment. Governor Greg Abbott signed the order a couple of months ago, directing universities to review their free speech policies as well, and to review them to include the definition of anti-Semitism in those policies, enforce those policies, and punish a student if they violate the policy up to expulsion. Governor Abbott also took aim at two student organizations, including UT's Palestine Solidarity Committee. That's the organization behind yesterday's protest.
Some members of Austin City Council weighed in on yesterday's demonstrations. Councilmember Paige Ellis wrote on social media right here, "We are not supposed to be a country that arrests students for speaking their mind and journalists for covering the news. This is un-American and violates the First Amendment. Colleges are a place for expression and dialogue. Arresting them will not silence them." We can move on to a couple different other ones there, if this will work for me. Mackenzie Kelly also said, "Every student deserves to feel safe, and while I support the First Amendment, protests meant to scare, threaten, or intimidate Jewish Austinites solely on their religious ethnicity is aberrant." Many more, of course, as well. You can check them out right there. But a lot of people obviously have something to say about that. Yvonne?